Well, you know, we've got some depth. We've got some numbers and bodies, and that helps. That always helps. You know, it's hot out, and you know we go fast, and we go a lot of plays, and because we have numbers, we're able to keep guys fresh, and yet still stress them. If that makes sense. They're not to the point where they're just dead.
And how much is that helping when the guys that do have experience are either gone from the summer or gone during camp? A lot of your guys that have experience are hurt right now.
Yeah, a few of them, not very many, a few of them. But the good thing is what happened this summer has really helped these young guys.
Yeah.
It's given them a chance to come out here and compete because they know what to do.
Compare your defenses, you know, your basic defense with personnel-wise with your 3-3-5. You know, how you feel about both?
Well, I feel really good about it. I mean, when we go to our three-down stuff, you know, we had a chance to put some really fast people on the field and become a very fast defense from a pass rush standpoint to a back-end standpoint. And then obviously we got to hold up the rigors of the SEC in the run game. So our big guys got to be able to hold up. So again, with the numbers, we're able to piecemeal a little bit, and it's not just one group out there the whole day.
What do you expect as the season goes on what you would use the most, or a percentage?
Depends on who we're playing. I mean, I can't give you our game
for
plan.
The whole season.
It's probably 50-50 in this league. Probably 50-50.
What are the early returns on what Garrett has flashed?
Well, you know, he's just flashed a couple times. Kid's got a lot of talent, no doubt. You know, got some quicks, got some juice, can bend, and he's a fairly smart kid.
About the safety play, what have you seen out of that? Have you seen something?
You know, I have. Armani Watts has had a good camp. Devontae Burns, you know, has had a good spring. He's had a good camp. You know, Devontae's been a pleasant surprise for us. You know, the old adage, some guys got to prove that they can play, and some guys got to prove they can't play, and everybody fits in that's somewhere in there. Devontae was a guy that had to prove he could play. And thus far, to this point, through spring and camp, he's done a really good job for us.
Is he a prime example of a guy taking advantage of a new voice in a position coach?
Yeah, I think it is. I think and we moved him closer to the ball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's playing closer to the ball now. He's playing nickel. And he's a big, strong kid that can run, and he's doing a really good job. You know, closer, and it's been like that. Every time you get closer to the ball, you know, you become a faster football player, and that's what's happened with Devontae.
What has Nick Harvey shown you at the corner?
You know, Nick's smooth. I mean, he's very, very, very smooth. Just got to learn what to do. Doesn't panic. He's got a chance. Nick got a chance.
I know Victor's getting a lot of time with Devontae out. How's he doing?
He's doing good. Victor's doing good. You know, Vic don't have much of a pulse, which is good sometimes out there at corner.
Do you have an idea? I don't know how much you've dealt with a urinary tract injury, either personally or with any of your personnel, but what do you expect from a return potentially?
You know, I don't know. That's up to the doctors and those kind of things.
Are you encouraged by it at all? I mean, are you talking
well, the good thing is some young guys are getting some reps, and I might not feel like that in South Carolina, but you know, some young guys are getting quality reps right now, and you know, Vic's taking advantage of it right now.
Speaking of South Carolina, what have you seen? I know it's only been a little while. That would make you feel confident that you are significantly better against the run.
Well, we'll see when we get there. You know, talk is cheap, so we'll all know that night at the end of the game.
Coach talked about the scrimmage being a test. Can you grade it on the defense, especially?
Yeah, you know,
your front.
Well, you know, we got more juice. There's no doubt. You know, the hard thing is it was the first one for those guys, and they kind of got that thing out of their system. You know, which was good. The effort was outstanding. It was incredible. I mean, we were getting population to the ball a lot, and it was hot. Was we always doing the right thing? No, not necessarily. But with population to the ball, that limits explosive plays, big plays.
Coach Snyder said you felt the defense came on. Do you think that's just from being young, even they could come on even in one scrimmage, like as the scrimmage went along?
Yeah, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, that's typical. You know, that's typical. As it went on, we did a little bit better.
Is Mastro out there validating what you thought he'd be?
Yep. Jordan's going to be fine. He's going to be just fine.
Much progress you feel like you're finding in mixing and matching the right combination of linebackers?
Well, you know, it is what it is. We're at where we're at, you know, right now. You know, Justin Bass is a swing guy for us. You know, we're keeping Jordan strictly at Mike, AJ and Tommy strictly at Will, trying to get Josh in there at Mike, and then Justin would be our swing guy. So really, the only mixing and matching we're doing is Justin Bass. If we get an injury at Will, he goes back to Will. If we get an injury at Mike, he goes back to Mike. The other guys are staying put. We're not mixing and matching.
Somebody mentioned you like what he's seen out of Alaka thus far.
Yeah, Alaka's got some talent. Yep. Like Alaka.
How many of these freshman D-line you expect to play?
Well, that's a good question. I really won't know that till after Friday. Right now, they're all in the mix. Right now, sitting here today, I'll know a lot more after Friday's scrimmage.